in research techniques. With permission, I would like to begin with Saraswati Vandana, a tribute to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. I request Ms. Sneha Kulkarni, one of the participants, to have the honor. Please, Sneha.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Jaya Jagadishwari Matah Saraswati Sharanagata Pratipalana Hari Jaya Jagadishwari Veenavami Angami Shobhe Samadhinani Madhur Piyari ब्रह्मानंद में दास तुम्हारो दीदर्शन तुम ब्रह्म दुलारी जय जगदीश्वरी मातः सरस्वती जय जगदीश्वरी. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sneha. That was indeed melodious. I now request Director Cyber, Dr. C.S. Dalvi, to formally welcome the audience and brief them about cyber. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning to all of you.
Yes,
Respected R.A. Shinde sir, Managing Trustee, Cyber Kolhapur. Dr. T.A. Shivare sir, Cyber Trustee, Kolhapur. C.A. H.R. Shinde sir, Cyber Trustee, Kolhapur. Dr. V.M. Hilge sir, Dr. Sonia Rajput Madam, Coordinator, and today's Chief Guest, Dr. Shashidhar Chinwar sir, Director IMER Belgaum, and all the participants of this Atal FDP. On behalf of Cyber family, I heartily welcome all of you for this a 1 week FDP program. First of all, let me thank AICT authority officials for sanctioning this Atal FDP. This is the second Atal FDP we are conducting, and 2 more are yet to come in the coming 2 months. All the participants have showed their interest in this Atal FDP. So I welcome all these participants, and I am very thankful to you for showing interest in this Atal FDP and in program. It has been a pioneer in providing quality higher education, not only in Maharashtra, but in the entire country. The seeds of always aiming for excellence and quality in higher education was laid by the founder director, late Dr. A.D. Shinde Sahib in 1976. His initiative made cyber to be the pioneer in providing management, commerce, computer science, education in Western Maharashtra. And in order to raise the benchmark of quality in higher education, the institute has accepted the autonomous status in 1995 when no other institutes in India was ready to accept this challenge. The quality of education at Cyber has been endorsed by various committees and regulatory bodies from time to time. This has reflected by A plus grade with a 3.55 CGPA score by the institute in the third cycle. We are also appreciated by the UGC New Delhi when it conferred the status of college with the potential for excellence, that is CP status for third time. We are conducting 10 postgraduate programs such as MBA, MCA, MPhil, and MSW. Making the use of academic freedom under autonomous status, the institute has launched number of innovative postgraduate programs as per the needs of the society and the industry, which includes a specialized postgraduate programs, one of its kind in India, such as MBA Environment Science and Management, MSc Quantitative Economics, MBA Business Analytics, MBA Banking and Financial Services. Innovations have also been introduced under the autonomous mode in the other programs such as MSc Computer Science, and we are going to launch such kind of programs in the days to come. The excellent placement of the students of all the programs in a leading organizations and achieving highest grades in consecutive assessment by regulatory bodies of higher education is a proof that cyber is on the right path of the achieving new vistas of excellence and quality in higher education in the country. Friends, our campus is a lush green campus which is spread over 11.2 acres of land, which boasts of well-stacked library. We have 85,000 book volumes. This knowledge resource center is having 125 reputed international and national journals, with e-resources library having IBISCO, IEEE, InflipNet, etc. 6 state-of-the-art computer labs with 750 computer terminals, dedicated internet lease line with 24/7 internet access to the stakeholders. And we have 3 environment labs. We also have a management lab where learning happens through games and activities. One of the strengths of a cyber is our faculty. It is a well-qualified and dedicated faculty. We have 69 full-time faculty with 50 PhD holders. They usually guide every year 30 PhD students and 75 MPhil students every year. Every year, 40 students are completing MPhil through this cyber. We have a recognized research center of the Shivaji University. This research center runs MPhil programs in commerce and management, economics, social work, and sociology. Our faculty publishes 125 papers every year. They attend 150 national, international conferences, workshop every year, and undertake 5 to 10 minor and major research projects every year, which are sanctioned by the government organizations. In order to give this our expertise and our knowledge to the teaching fraternity, we thought of arranging this Atal FDP, and we applied to the AICTE, and that's why today we are here. There are eminent personalities, eminent academicians are there who will help you and guide you regarding the research techniques, and it will help all of us to achieve excellence in research in the days to come. I welcome all of you and I wish all the best to this Atal FDP. Thank you very much. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was indeed very informative.
It's my pleasure.
I would now like to invite the chief guest for today's inauguration, Dr. Shashidhar Chinivar. Professor Dr. Shashidhar Chinivar is a BTech from Bangalore University and has completed his Masters of Business Administration in Operations and Marketing from Kaushalya Institute of Management Studies, Karnataka University, Dharwad. He was placed second in his batch. He then completed his PhD in the year 2008. He served as a director of KLS IMER, Belgaum, and is presently working as a professor there. He has to his credit numerous papers presented in national and international conferences, books edited, articles published, conferences organized at national and international level. He is a certified corporate trainer by Peak Performance Trainings, Bangalore. Since February 2013, he has conducted over 13 executive development programs, workshops, and management development programs for various industries. May I now request Dr. Chinivar to touch upon the importance of development programs and research. Dr. Chinivar, please. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sonia, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In the next few minutes, I would briefly share some of my thoughts regarding FDPs and particularly the research FDPs. At the outset, I take this opportunity to congratulate all the participants who have registered for this faculty development program on capacity building in research techniques. I'm sure you have made the right decision of enrolling in this program and investing your valuable time, I think, spread over the next 5 days. I'm given to understand that the participants for this faculty development programs are primarily young faculty and budding researchers from almost all over the country. Of course, there are also many leading academicians who have been attending these, who are attending this particular program. Faculty, as you are all aware, have always been and will continue to be the backbone of higher education in India. We can say that they have made enormous contribution to the growth and development of this country. So, having said that, we have to we have to understand that we as faculty, like any other sector, face numerous challenges, and these challenges have been there and they continue to be there. For example, many of us who have been in this area of education since quite some time, there was there was a time when internet was just making its inroads in our country, and similarly it was making inroads in the education sector, and there was a lot of discussion about technology taking over many roles that faculty, many roles of the faculty, and it was felt that slowly the faculty, especially in the Tier 2 and the Tier 3 cities, will become redundant over a period of time. But we saw that we overcome those challenges, and we even today we find that the most prominent resource in education is faculty. There's no doubt about it, and but we continue to face challenges. So that is something that we have to accept. For example, in many of the forums that we discuss nowadays as faculty, especially in higher education, we find that there is a dwindling interest levels of students in almost all levels of, almost all tiers of the higher education institutes. Many attribute this, lowering of interest levels to maybe easy access to the students in the cyber age to information, not just easy access, but instantaneous access to almost to in any area of say education. So naturally, and we are all aware as faculty that keeping students engaged, involving the students in the teaching learning process. If it is absent, then teaching learning becomes totally ineffective. So how we as faculty can take up these issues, take up these challenges. Similarly, for example, a lot of competition happening nowadays, except for a few premier institutes in each sector, we find that almost all of us are continuously facing competition in various ways. So as faculty, again, it becomes important for us, like how do we face these challenges? How do we being, say, for example, we keep being effective and relevant in this field. Okay, and so this is continuous. And for example, the first case has been the recent COVID-19 situation that all of us have undergone and are still undergoing. When COVID happened and then the lockdown was announced, we felt that it is just a question of 2 or 3 weeks, like every other sector, and we thought that maybe very soon we will be back to normal, and then we will keep conducting our offline classes, and we'll keep interacting with the students. But slowly we realized that it is going to be a very long drawn affair. That is when panic set in, we can say, where even the government, the institute, the faculty started thinking what next. So eventually, this outcome of this turmoil was okay. Let us start taking the online classes. Okay, so that was good as a concept, but online classes again were a challenge. Many of us, to be very frank, had never taken an online class or an online session in our life. Many of us, especially the senior people, were not very competent in using the technology. So these were many issues. Then the students had issues with respect to connectivity, with respect to data packs. The institutes had say issues with respect to providing the required infrastructure to conduct online classes and all those things. And we saw that on a day-to-day basis, we encountered numerous problems. So when we started off, we started even the students and we started wondering whether actually the students are understanding or are they connecting with us, okay? Because we were unable to have a look at that, we were unable to see their expressions and all those things. And especially some of us who are in social sciences, our classes are mainly very, very interactive. Okay, we depend a lot on discussion, we depend a lot on case study, interaction, presentations, and so on. And that was totally very, very difficult or impossible in the online mode. So we started feeling that this is going to be a huge issue. And so also the students started losing again interest because it became very monotonous. Okay, so then, but we could not give up. So this is where I want to emphasize. We started discussing. We had to make it work. So that was, we had no other choice. It was a challenge. It was a very disruptive challenge, but we had to make it work. So we started talking to each other. We started experimenting how to make them more interactive, slowly, step by step. And then even the host of webinars conducted by higher education institutes in India and abroad as to how to make online classes more effective. We just involved ourselves in all those things, and down the line, let us say, when we reflect back, these past 6 months, definitely we feel a little satisfied that compared to our position of online classes in say May, today we are much better. Though there's a lot of scope for improvement, still we have made some progress. So this is what we have to keep developing. Okay, I just took this example, so we have to keep developing as faculty. And here is where, in those short period, it was webinars. But I'm sure, looking ahead, all the authorities are looking at a blended mode of teaching, learning because of the anticipated disruptions that may happen in the future. Okay, because of this, they are contemplating blended mode of learning in the future. So a lot of FDPs are being designed that is the faculty development programs are being designed as to how to say enhance the capability of the faculty, okay, so that they are able to take they are able to adopt blended learning more effectively. So faculty development programs have been important earlier, but they have now become more critical because we have to accept that changes will happen. We as faculty have to accept that changes will happen much faster. Will be many more disruptions in the future. So we have to develop this mindset of say quickly adapting to these situations, and I'm sure faculty development programs will play a more critical role in the future. So even the stakeholders of our country have accepted this and have acknowledged the importance of the growing importance or criticality of these faculty development programs, and even the government and the managements, okay, are we can say collaborating, facilitating, encouraging faculty development programs, sorry, more and more faculty development programs, so that we can build a high capable and good quality faculty base in the country. So again, we see a collaboration like this between the industry, between the government and the institute, and Atal say series of FDPs are one classic example of this. So like this, and now we as faculties, that is what I wanted to just quickly share. We as faculty have to take advantage of this emerging ecosystem. Okay, we have to understand that we need to upgrade our skills continuously. That is, skills with respect to the content and the way we are going to execute or deliver. Okay, that is why we have to keep exploring what are the faculty development programs that will help me build my skills in let us say in the area, and let us say marketing. So what are the new strategic say models that are emerging? So can I are there any faculty development programs through which I can build these skills so that my interaction with the student will be much more effective? Or for example, what are the new pedagogical tools that are emerging? Okay, so that I as a faculty can adopt these new pedagogical tools and execute my say classes better, or my interactions with the students better, so that I keep engaging them. Because we have to understand one thing, students are not just exposed to the cyber age, but they are also very connected. Every student will know what is happening in any other institute, and what type of interactions are happening and so on anywhere in the country and abroad. So that connected we are today. Okay, so we have to keep identify this, and faculty development programs are definitely going to play a very critical role in the future, and we as faculty have to understand this and continuously keep building our skills by attending these programs. Now, briefly, let us say, touching upon the area of research. Okay, as faculty, we have always approached research as something. Let's be very frank here, as something that will we have understood that it is something that is very necessary for our career growth. Okay, we know that we have to publish a lot of papers in all the leading journals for our API scores. We need to do a formal PhD research for our say promotions and so on. But in this new age, the expectations from all the stakeholders, whether it's the government, the management, or the society, is that how are we going to take up our responsibilities as faculty of contributing to the knowledge base? Because we are not today competing only in India. We are competing almost. It is becoming boundaryless. Okay, there are hardly any boundaries. So today, especially with online mode, okay, of interactions, even the top say institutes all over the world are giving access to students anywhere in the world. Okay, and so the choice for the students has say increased multifold. So it is our responsibility to keep adding to the knowledge base in our respective areas. Okay, there again these FDPs are going to play a very important role. Similarly, for example, if we continue talking about research, research will not be just say limited to our own faculty research. I think now we have to inculcate research culture amongst the students. If you look at accreditation, many of us are from institutes from various parts of the country, and we keep say getting accredited from various organizations. Even there, okay, all the top accreditation agencies, whether we are talking about agencies in India or abroad, okay, they are also looking at a component of say student participation in research. So what is the reason for this? The reason for this is now our students, okay, when they undergo training in our institutes, and when they uh, uh, get into the real world, today they are also going to operate from the beginning itself. They have very little time to adjust from the beginning itself to a very dynamic environment in whatever fields they are going to operate. Okay, and because of this dynamism, it is no longer say enough for the students to just manage. They have to develop this innovative thinking. Okay, how they can think out of the box, how they can do quick researches, get data, analyze this data, and solve problems that are there in their respective areas. So that is the challenge and the pressure that our students will be in. And if we are going to groom our students to operate in such an environment, then we as faculty have to hone our say research capabilities further. Okay, we'll have to hone our skills in methodology, we'll have to hone our skills in methods, we'll have to hone our skills in tools and techniques of research. So research is going to be a very important tool, and we have to continuously keep on upgrading ourselves. That is where I feel that this faculty development program on capacity building in research techniques is going to play a very important role. That is why I felt I should congratulate all the participants for having taken time out to attend this program. Because it is very simple. It is like surgeon, like a popular surgeon is there, but he cannot rest. Okay, because new techniques are going to come, new knowledge base is going to be there. He has to acquire those knowledge even till the time he decides to hang his gloves. He has to keep doing that. He has to keep upgrading new skills, new technology, so that he's effective in his say field of surgery. Similarly, as faculty, we have to develop that say attitude or approach. Okay, or continuously developing ourselves, say incorporating or assimilating new knowledge, because the students, as I keep saying, are now very demanding, and they have every right to be there. So because we are going to operate in that world. Okay, so we have to be very contemporary, very current. So we have to keep attending these FDPs. I would say that especially I would like to, before I just close my talk, I would just like to request many of my young faculty friends who are participating in this faculty development program, not to just approach say faculty development programs as something that will help you to improve your API score or something like that. Okay, because improvement has to be continuous. Maybe we can have a twofold approach to this, wherein we continuously make small improvements. We call it as Kaizen in our total quality management. Small improvements, small developments in the way we deliver the content of our knowledge through self-learning, through peer learning. Okay, and then regularly attend say FDP programs where you will have access to a lot of experts in a given area, so you can learn, assimilate a lot of knowledge from them by attending these FDPs. One caution here is we have to like how we expect involvement of our students. Okay, we'll have to be very involved in what goes on over the next 5 days. Try to understand because they are all experts. They are giving their valuable time to us. So it is our duty now to extract the maximum from each of the experts that have been lined up for this faculty development program. Okay, and we have to make the best use of it. So and we see in marketing, as we say, if the product is good, okay, economic conditions hardly matter. So if we as faculty are good, okay, we will keep contributing to the society, and at the same time, okay, we can become immune. So a lot of things we are talking about immunity in the COVID era. We will become immune to career shocks, because if we are good, definitely will become very immune to career shocks, and will be able to face any new emerging challenges in our field. So with this brief talk, again, if you look at one positive outcome of COVID, uh, uh, the one positive outcome is this FDP that is happening on the online mode. Okay, many of the participants, I think I see 100 plus participants already, and many more to join in. Okay, many of us would not have been able to say join or register for this faculty development program if it was to be offline, because we have our own logistic constraints, we have our own commitments. So here it becomes easier for us. We being in any part of the country, maybe Kolhapur is the place where this is happening. I am in Meghalaya, but still I can connect because of this online mode. So that is the advantage. And another advantage is Dr. Sonia in a very short time have been able to get the best of experts, okay, in this short period. Basically, again, because of this, they can give time because of this online mode. Ideally, definitely, because we are the human beings are social, we would like to have a offline interaction, but these are some of the advantages that we should take, and then keep attending such programs. This is brief. I would like to appreciate, congratulate Dr. Dalvi and his team for having taken up this very noble say cause, and especially a special appreciation or congrats to Dr. Sonia Rajput for having organized this conference. I'm sure that all of us are going to benefit from this. Okay, and when we go back, I think we will have a lot of value add after this. I wish the faculty development program all the best, and I wish all the best to the faculty. And I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to interact with such leading personalities all over the country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. With this brief prelude, which was indeed motivating and informative, I, Dr. Sonia Rajput, Faculty of Social Work Department, Cyber Kolhapur, once again welcome all today. As we begin on the core part, I would like to thank AICT's Atal and Cyber Kolhapur for giving me the honor of coordinating this FDP program. Just to let you know that each one of us is contributing to Atal's target of achieving the world's record of 1,000 FDPs in the year spread across 2020-2021, and is an all India initiative. My special thanks to the director, Dr. Ravindra Kumar Soni, and Assistant Director, Dr. Girdhari Lal Garak, and the team for their total support, for the overall support they have given us, and all the coordinators. Thank you so much, sir. As you have registered on the platform, you all must have learned about this initiative. However, I would like to start by giving you a brief about Atal, its AICT teaching and learning. The AICTE, or All India Council for Technical Education, was instituted in 1988, and the first full-time chairman was appointed in July 1993 with a term of 3 years. This council was reconstituted in March 1994. AICT was instituted with the following objectives, like promotion of quality in technical education, planning and coordinated development of technical education system, regulation and maintenance of norms and standards. AICT has 4 bureaus of a total of 22 cells. Some of these cells are Atal Academic, NEAT, Innovations, Skill Development, Swayam, Grievance Redressal, Legal, FDP, or Faculty Development Program, which is one of them. Now, the FDP cell has 20 roles and responsibilities. To name a few: short-term training program, quality improvement program, technical university joint training programs for teachers, research promotion schemes, professional development schemes, teachers research fellowship schemes for faculty, induction or refresher programs, technical book writing and translations. With this brief, I would also like to share some thoughts on capacity building in research techniques. Already, Dr. Shashidhar Chiniyar has briefed you about in a nutshell, but still, to talk about capacity building, I would just like to say a few words. Strengthening research is the prime aim of our country, and a sizable sum of money is been assigned for research and development. Research capacity building is a process of developing sustainable abilities and skills to enable individuals and organizations for performing high quality research. Capacity building is valuable and important because it has many long-term impacts. Capacity building in research technique aims at strengthening the confidence, skills, and resources to increase the capacity of the researchers in disseminating high quality research efficiently and effectively. The purpose of today's program is to provide guidance to the budding researchers, academicians, and multi-organizational research groups on the importance of capacity building in research. It sets up a step-by-step approach, explains the tools and techniques that is useful to undertake qualitative research. The objective of this program is to develop research capacity for conceptualizing and executing research, enhance skills to prepare an appropriate research design, engage scholars in interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary research, and to familiarize themselves with the latest research strategies, develop the capacity to inculcate the best qualities in the researcher through different research techniques. I hope this short introduction would help set the tone for this 5-day session. During these 5 days, we will be covering up the topics which would help each of the participants to be better equipped to take up research in a more organized way. I hope at the end of these sessions, we all would be aligned to the targeted achievement of individual capacity building, which is the sub-trust area of life skill development. This is just before we conclude. I would request Dr. Shivare sir.
Am I audible?
Yeah, sir. I would request you to please say a few words on this occasion, sir.
Respected today's Chief Guest Shashidharan, our Managing Trustee, Dr. Ranjit Shinde, Trustee K.M. Mige sir, Rishikesh Shinde, our Director Dalavi, and dear all young researchers and delegates. This is a 5 days capacity building research technique which is sponsored by AICT under Atal scheme. Shashidharan already told that you have the techniques. 1 minute. You have the techniques to learn here. These techniques to be used for research projects, minor, major research. Already Shashidharan told that for promotion also, we are doing the pursuing PhD also. These techniques are useful. But my opinion, these techniques should be used for solving the problems of regional problems. Because some minor research, what is the regional issues there in every researcher's area? You take small problems and solution because we have seen lot of research publications are there, national, international. But what is the use of the research papers? There is no outcome. But every research paper, minor research, major research, or publication, there should be output. If that output should be helpful to the country for social purpose, economic development purpose, industrial purpose, or commercial purpose. But I have in this field education for last 45 years. I have not seen such some hardly 10% research publications which are useful. But I request all the researchers after this getting the techniques, you can take the small problem, small research project and use these your techniques to solve the problem and to help the regional authorities like Tahsildar, collector or state-wise because it is. But that in new education now national education policies came. The draft is already ready. It is put before the parliament. In that, all the AICT, UGC, they are merging now. There will be no separate identity of AICT, UGC. And they made that clear. This national education policy to be implemented before 2035. That is first, only research university where the research is done. Second, research and teaching universities. And third is that is a degree awarding colleges. Means henceforth only autonomous college will serve. And last small college will be merged with the autonomous college. Taking into consideration the national education policy, their main thrust is on liberal arts. There is an interdisciplinary you have to take the research project also, not only your subject. Interdisciplinary that is research project, and that will be help. So the national education policy, they are made the National Research Foundation, and 20,000 crores is kept to give the grant to the minor, major research projects. With the help of these techniques, I request all the researchers because now the national education policy will come as early as possible, and you have to go according to the norms decided by national education policy. Therefore, I request that all the techniques, as Shashidan rightly told that, you have to use for that for the purpose of your promotion or for pursuing the PhD, but taking into consideration what is the what is the need of the nation, what are the problem of the nation, the small problem of the nation, and that you have to solve with this with the technique. Thanks to the Shashidan and all the research persons and coordinators, they are inviting me to give a small talk on this research topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It is really very kind of you, being a trustee and having a very tight schedule. You have spared time to address the participants. It's really motivating. Thank you so much, sir. May I request Dr. V.M. Hilge, sir, our trustee, Cyber, to say a few words, sir? Please. Dr. Hilge, sir.
I think he has left.
No, sir, he's there. He has to unmute himself. Hilge, sir? He's there, sir. Hilge, sir, you have to unmute yourself, sir. Hilge, sir?
Hilge sir has to unmute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's unable to do it, sir.
No, he knows how to do, but he is not able to hear you.
That's what
Your sound system is slightly weak, madam. Just check.
my system is weak.
No, okay. Rajput madam, I can hear you. Pradeep, I can hear you.
No,
Absolutely no problem.
but Rajput madam's voice is slightly weak. Just check the
No, no,
system.
it's okay. Audible hai. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah. I can hear definitely. Your voice is very clear.
Very nice. Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Please ring up and tell Hilge sir to unmute. I think otherwise he'll not be able to hear.
yes, sir. We, meantime, we can. We have already put the instructions on the mail for everybody. But still, to give a brief, all the students, all the participants have to mute yourselves. All the participants have to keep yourself mute and the camera is also to be off. In between, when we are taking attendance, we may request you to open on your cameras, and login should be 20 minutes early at least, because it will simply be disturbing the session in charge as well as the resource person. Certificates to the participants will be given only if the participant has 100% attendance and he has to log in with the same register mail ID which he has registered for Atal. And we have also given you all a registration number. Kindly refer to that if you have any query. The participant has to fill the feedback form at the end given by Atal only. So you have to fill the form, feedback form, and then we will be having a small exam, a quiz, which will be of, on Google form. Around 30 questions will be given with multiple choice. And only when you pass that more than 60%, you all will get the certificate from Atal. This is just the other regulations are been given already in your mail and even in the WhatsApp group. Please. Is Hilge sir available? Sir, with your kind permission, could we conclude the inauguration, sir? Shivare sir, director sir. Shivare sir.
Yeah, send a word to Hilke, sir.
Hello.
Is he joining, sir? Yeah, Shivare sir. Could we
What is
conclude
the
the
problem?
inauguration now?
Hmm?
Could we end this inauguration?
I am not hearing audible. Your voice is. You see your voice not. What is the question?
Sir, Hilge sir is not able
Yeah.
to join. So
Okay. No,
I take your permission to conclude.
yeah, no problem. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Suni madam, just check your voice. There is a problem, I think.
Some problem is there.
May I
Sound
request,
system, sound system, there is some problem.
may
Just
I
check.
request Dr. S.V. Shirol, sir, to propose a vote of thanks for this inauguration session, sir. Shirol, sir, our HOD, Department of Social Work, Cyber. Over to you, sir. Shirol, sir. Shirol, sir. Shirol, sir.
He has left the meeting, it seems.
He has joined now.
Shirol, sir.
Shiro is joined.
Yes, sir. Signal was problem.
Okay.
I have changed my position.
Sir,
Okay.
I request Dr. S.V. Shirol, sir, to propose a vote of thanks for this inauguration session, sir.
Oh, thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
You have to start with the technical sessions.
Yeah. Honorable Dr. A.D. Shinde, sir, Managing Trustee and Secretary of Chhatrapati Shahu Institute of Business Education and Research, Cyber, which is one of the leading autonomous institute in Maharashtra. Dr. Shivare, sir, former chairman of Maharashtra Public Service Commission, Maharashtra, and one of the committed educationist administrator and well-wisher of the teaching community. And he is also trust member of Cyber Institution. Dr. V.M. Hilge, sir, a former director of Cyber and present trustee of Cyber, and he is also academic advisor for Cyber Institute since so many decades. Similarly, Dr.
Shashidharan.
Shashidharan Shenve, Dr. C.A. Rishikesh Shinde, sir, and the ICT members, my colleagues, and all resource persons of 5-day FDP on capacity building in research techniques, and all the scholars and participants. I myself, Dr. S.V. Shirol, HOD of MSW Department, Kolhapur, wish to offer vote of thanks for today's inaugural session, which is going to be there for next 4 or 5 days. In real sense, the objective of FDP can be fulfilled if the participant get involved actively in the learning process, and whatever knowledge they gain through FDP has to be shared to next generation of students. So the continuity of learning new things is an ongoing process, as Dr. Shashidharan has said. Now you have to learn new things and you have to unlearn unwanted knowledge. Now knowledge is there, but for developmental aspect is concerned, there are so many changes taking place. We have to be well prepared. Now technology has brought revolutionary changes in the dimensions of development. And we have a list of strong resource persons who have strong base of research, and I'm sure all participants will have a good opportunity to get acquainted with the research methodology and techniques. In all, there will be 14 sessions, and each session has got its own importance in research methodology. I thank cyber management, teaching, administrative staff, all resource persons, team of coordinators for this FDP program organized under AICT ATL scheme. Dr. S.P. Rajput Madam, Professor A.D. Ekal Sir, Dr. D.N. Volvi, Dr. R.V. Kulkarni Sir, former Director of Cyber and MCA Department for their technical support. I thank all once again and wish best for all the participants. Thank you so much to one and all. Over to Rajput Madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, one and all. And once again, I wish all the participants happy and fruitful sessions for this FDP program. And we'll just have a break of 2 minutes or 5 minutes, say, and we will continue with the sessions. We are on time to start with the FDP session. I'll just log out and log in again. We'll continue in 5 minutes. Thank you so much, one and all. Thank you, Shivare sir. Thank you, Shashidhar Chinnavar sir. Thank you, my colleagues. Everybody, thanks a lot. Thanks for the organizing committee. Well begun is half done. So we start soon with our technical sessions. Thank you, one and all.